Hello, everybody, and welcome to Health.
You shouldn't. All right, go on, start.
Just start, she says, just start. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Health Heroines. This is Caroline, and I'm here with Marie. How are you today, Marie?
I'm good, thank you. I'm looking forward to our session as usual, and I want to welcome everybody who's watching and listening, whenever you're watching and listening, wherever you're watching and listening from, and just get yourselves ready, relax, take a deep breath, scan your body, and Caroline and I will now discuss what we're going to address today. What exciting issue. And I do have a suggestion, and yeah, it's about patience, being fed up, waiting. And a lot of people are running out of patience because the world looks the way it looks now. And yeah, that's my suggestion for today.
I think that's a very good suggestion. I have the least amount of patience on the planet. I'm renowned for being remarkably impatient. So,
you know that story when you ask God or whoever you talk to for patience, he tells you to go and stand in the end of the queue.
Okay. I think I've heard that before, yes. So I also had a suggestion, but I think that's such a good subject. I think we should just go with that.
Okay.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to start since you
came up with a fabulous subject for today? Yeah, I did that. So I'm going to take a deep breath too. Do we need any more permission to do a session which includes the collective, everybody who's watching, everybody who's listening? We don't. Can we do a body talk session on being fed up? No. Can we do a body talk session on patience? Yes, we can. It's sort of the same thing now, isn't it? But yeah, the wording is really important. A lot of times in body talk, I don't know about you, Caroline, but I get a no when I look for priorities, because that's what we do in body talk. We look for priorities. And I just have to change one word and it all changes. So, okay, we're looking at patience, having or not having patience. Oh, I'm going to the gallbladder, and it's nearly like a cork, like a cork from a bottle that is stuck in the gallbladder, and I see it as a little man, and he's like furious in there. Yeah, if you don't get that cork out of here now, I'm gonna explode. That's the look of him. That's the feeling that he has. So I want to look here at the relationship between the liver and the gallbladder. And it comes up as if, oh, I'm getting goosebumps. It's a funny feeling. I'm getting a sense of planning from the liver. We're planning to do, the liver is a lot about planning. We're planning to do this. We're planning to do that. We want to do this. We're dreaming about this. And dreams are good. We should have that. But there are too many plans. It's like we have nearly stopped planning because we don't get our plans don't manifest, and they haven't been manifesting for such a long time. And this is interesting because I'm not really allowed, I'm not allowed to take that cork out quite just yet. I want to link this to our whole the word that comes in is our whole the combination of body, mind, and soul. I don't find a word for that, but a combination body, mind, and soul. And it's all to do with personal responsibility, that we are responsible for not feeling impatient, not to wait for things outside to solve so that we can be happy. Mm-hmm. And it's as if we have to learn that first. We have to really understand that. I usually differentiate between I can't do that in English now because I do it in Swedish so often. That's interesting. We know something, knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is, we know something in our head. We know that it's only this moment, right now. But we don't act on that. But when that goes into every cell in our body, it becomes wisdom. And it's like this is due to come into every cell in our body, that we are, we can't sit and wait. We can't stand in a queue and wait for things to happen, for that cork to come out of the gallbladder so that we can bang. The gallbladder is like a catalyst. The liver is planning, the liver is organizing, and the gallbladder makes sure it happens. So I want to bring in the element of wood, which is also spring, and the gallbladder and the liver are in the element of wood. And I want to bring in wind here. Wind to blow out of our system old patterns that stop us from taking responsibility for ourselves. Oh, and it's like gale force wind. They're just blowing through the whole body. And the cork comes out with that wind. It's too strong for the gallbladder to hold on to that cork. And I'm staying in the wood element and putting what I've said about the liver and the gallbladder, we're putting that in a parcel within the wood element, linking it to our visions, not our eyesight, but our vision, how we project our dreams. It's like we don't believe our dreams. We have a vision and that'll never happen. So I want to turn, it's like another light switch to change that belief system. But I see it, therefore I believe it. Yeah. So all that's in the element of wood. Put all that in a parcel and asking Caroline if you want to take over from there.
Thank you, yes. I do need to apologize up front. I am really struggling with tree pollen, so it's making my nose itch. And but anyway, I shall do my best to.
Why did you do a session on pollen allergies?
We should, maybe next time. That's a good idea. Okay, thank you for that. I could feel that, especially the wind. That was really wonderful. Do I need to do anything further on what Marie has just done? I don't. And I got this even when you were talking. I need to go into the pancreas. So pancreas, obviously, we all know about that from diabetes and things like that, but its role in the body is very much about, so first of all, we can look at elements of worry, but it's also about the sweetness of life. And do I allow myself the good things in life, the rewards, the treasures, the nice things in life that make life that little bit more bearable? So, and what Marie was talking about really was like almost managing our expectations, and that's exactly what I'm getting here in the pancreas. It's like, because I want this and my reality is this, I'm constantly disappointed because I'm expecting a lot more than reality can give me. And I feel that over egging the pudding, I don't mean that, but like the over expectation is preventing me from allowing my life to receive those great things. And, you know, great things, treasures, excitement, you know, the joy, they can literally be stroking your cat or going for a walk in the sunshine or watching a plant blossom or something. And I'm not talking about, you know, getting a condo or having a Ferrari in the garage or anything like that. It feels like really allowing nature and natural things and connection and friendship to be the treasures in life, the good things in life. But what I'm trying to say is that we expect so much that we are preventing any of that from coming into our consciousness. And I really feel in the pancreas, one of the things that I would like to address, if you like, or look at, is how much and I mean the collective, worries about things that don't matter. So really worrying about things that somebody, and I can't remember who said this, I'm really sorry, said if it's going to be a priority in 5 years' time, or you're going to still be worrying about it in 5 years' time, then you can worry about it now. But otherwise, it's really, you may as well let it go. And I feel like we're so preoccupied by what we consider to be worth worrying about in the pancreas. Again, we're stopping the things that we really want coming to us. Patience we were doing, weren't we? So I want to link the pancreas into our heart. And I'm just seeing lifetimes flash before me, different flavors, different cultures, different, you know, but we've all probably experienced many different experiences in lifetimes. But so what I'm seeing is a collective kaleidoscope, if you like, of lifetimes where we haven't quite got patience, where we haven't given life enough time to express itself, where we've wanted more than we could physically receive. Wow. And these lifetimes seem to be turning into a carousel. So it seems to be an ongoing thing. So really, if we can, and I'm really guilty of this, if we can master this patience thing, this just allowing life in front of us to be the life that it is, and us to be okay with that, and not always in the future and not always in the past, but really in what life is giving us today. This carousel can slow down a bit. It feels like there's a real, almost global desire, collective desire to stop this really detrimental expectation. And you know, like it would have been always really pointless me wishing I had blonde hair, for example. I've got dark hair, you know, I quite like having dark hair, but, you know, when we're young and we don't know who we are, we always wish we're a bit taller, or our eyelashes were a bit longer, or our bottom was a bit smaller, or whatever it is. We just spend a lot of time concentrating on what we don't want, when actually what we could be doing is just being really grateful for who we are and allowing the universe to bring us what it is offering us in this moment. So I hope I made myself clear there. That feels like I skipped around a bit. So in the heart then, I'm just seeing this, I love that kaleidoscope of different lifetimes where we've all experienced lack of patience. And what I want to do in this session is link the amount of oxygen I am pumping around the body, so the food and the instructions and all of those good things that come out of the heart, to just be very conscious of being here and now with what I have in the moment. I love that. So feeding my cells that Marie was talking about and nourishing them and telling them what they need to be doing right here, right now, with no expectations, no, oh, I wish I was here, or I wish I hadn't done that. Yes, I love that. All right, so I want to take those two aspects then, the pancreas and the heart, and link them together in a bubble. And I want to bring in with that some real Mars energy. So we have the bubble, and then around that, that issue, I want to bring in some Mars energy. Mars is it's quite a masculine energy, and it's like, let's get this done. Let's really put some welly into this so that we can really move things forward. Oh, I love that. So I want to link that into something I don't know what it is. I'm hearing the words heartstrings. Do you have any idea what that means? Heartstrings. Okay.
Heart strength.
No, it's definitely strings.
Strings, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was in the thyroid and the heart waiting, you know, it's like they want to come up, but...
maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a string between the heart. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So invisible strings, or possibly not invisible strings, but the strings that link, the strands that link the heart and the thyroid. Love that. So our thyroid is part of the endocrine system, but it's also a really big component of what regulates temperature, weight gain. I mean, it does lots and lots of different things. It's the most tiny thing ever. And the heart is all about love. So this, I think, is about communication. And how do I communicate? Yes, how do I communicate my heart's desire? Yes. From a place of integrity and compassion, and so that my heart's desire isn't any more important than your heart's desire. But in a way, so it feels really very much that I'm not saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. It's like, I know how I'm going to eventually end up here because I can see the steps that I'm going to take to get there. And it may take a lot of time, or it may be so it feels like these heart strings that I was hearing about are helping me to message to others, so helping me to communicate to others where I'm going to end up because of the steps that I'm going to take. So it's very much, again, taking responsibility. But it really feels in this particular link that I'm communicating there's a very big difference between my heart's desires and my head's desires. My head will always tell me I need a bigger car, a bigger house, a better boyfriend, a better girlfriend, more children, less children, you know, like a bigger boat, etc. That's my head talking. My heart will say, I want to be happy. I want to find love. I want to live in integrity and compassion. So very, very big difference. So I'm able to express my heart's desire from a place of integrity by expressing what I'm going to do to get to where I need to get to. I love that. Love, 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 love that. And if the world could do that, then it would be a much nicer place to live in. Okay. Anything further on the heartstrings? No, I've never heard that before. On the thyroid communication center? No. On these steps that I'm going to take towards my goals, coming from a place of compassion? No. Very much feeling like I need to wrap them in a bubble and hand that back to you.
Thank you. And I don't really have to do anything more on that, but I want to do a parallel formula, and I'm going again straight into the heart and looking at in the very us again, the very heart of the collective. It's a different sort of moving with you know, I'm going to get it. Like you said, a little bit like that. I want to bring out that, I want to slow down a little bit on the motivation and just open up for inspiration. What really inspires us, what really can pull us in in that direction, what can open up for us to see what we really need to see. So I want to bring in a lot of inspiration, to work from inspiration, from a place of inspiration, rather than having too much motivation. It's like sometimes we get stuck in that's exactly what I want. And if we're not inspired on the way to get what we want, you know, we stop ourselves from a lot of things, because that inspiration can mean that we may be going another path. You know, even if the end goal was here, it's, ooh, I'm inspired to go here. So I want to enhance the inspiration. And when we're inspired, it doesn't matter so much with patience, because we are so inspired in what we are doing in the now. So I'm linking this. It's funny. It's like I have the inspiration in a little bubble here. And on the other side, I have hands that are tied, like wrists that are tied, that we find it really hard to stomach the situation the way it is right now. We feel that our hands are tied. We can't grab what we want to grab in life. We can't give, we can't take, we can't even take our hands apart to hug. It's what they're really stuck together. So I want to take them apart, our wrists, by linking them to a parcel which consists of the stomach and the spleen. And I want to look at the stomach from the conscious mind and the spleen from the unconscious mind. So in the unconscious, we don't only have memories of like traumas happen to us, we also have memories of really, really amazing stuff happening. And it's as if we're opening up for those things from the unconscious mind of the spleen, to cleanse out, all the things that are holding us back, and instead open up for that feeling when things are, it can be something like you said, it can be the sensation we have in our body when we're watching a beautiful sunset or whatever. So we bring that feeling, cleansing out the old shite, from that we have in like the whole system. I'm getting the blood. Yeah, definitely the blood. We're cleansing the blood, muscles, everything, using the spleen to help that. And while we're doing that, we're bringing up all the beautiful, beautiful sensations to our stomach, so that we can get rid of a feeling of having to digest a really tough and hard life. Instead, we're opening up for that, which I have in the other side of the inspiration, by using the good feelings from the unconscious, and the stomach is all about the conscious mind. And we're connecting that with the lungs, with the ability to take in that new thing and new feelings and breathe out the old. I'm linking that to the heart, and I'm getting nothing more on that. So
I'm going to say that I just would like to go into the prefrontal cortex, which is here, and it's the place where we do our morals and our planning and our thinking and our translating and all of that. And I want to look at the conditioning that most of us have received, certainly in Western cultures, where there has been great lack, I'm hearing. So I'm looking back to the time of the wars and horrendous atrocities like that. But anyway, I'm looking back at the time where everything was rationed and it was difficult to get your needs met. And unfortunately, that's still very much in our consciousness. And it's been passed down the generations, and I'm feeling it very strongly in my own life. But I need to look at lack versus the opposite, which is abundance. And the relationship of that to patience, because you know that thing where I desperately need that new gizmo, whatever it is, and you get it, and it's really exciting for about 5 days, and it's like, what's the next thing? And going on and going on. And unfortunately, that's very much our culture. But when you've, I don't know, grown a bed of potatoes and you've eaten those potatoes, you just feel really satiated because you've done something good and they tasted great. And so there's something about what we're chasing and in order to fill this sense of lack and what we actually need. And I'm feeling there that we really need to connect right back into ourselves, our souls, our communities. There's very much because those nourish us, those things nourish us, whereas the brain is kind of always searching for the next shiny ball, I think is the expression. And I want to link that aspect of the prefrontal cortex with all the conditioning that's come down through the generations, and nobody's at fault, it just hasn't been processed yet. But I want to link that to this deep sense of longing that I'm feeling in the prefrontal cortex for longing for myself. So I'm really lost in all my, wow, I didn't think this session was going to go this way at all, but it really seems to be, I can be really impatient out there, but here I'm just desperate to connect in with myself and my true spirit and energy. And yeah, that's it. So I'm putting that in a parcel in the prefrontal cortex and linking it back to the reptilian brain and my sense of safety, my sense of feeling safe. Wow, that's really strong. And nothing else. So I just have to put a parcel around those 3 things and then just say, yep, that's me done. Are you done too? Yeah. Wow, I didn't think that was going to go anywhere along those lines, but very interesting. Whew. All right, so
I'm going to hold my liver.
Okay, I'm just going to hold the heart.
The liver is here, is on the right side. It's a massive, big organ. So I'll start holding that. Sometimes I start holding my hand in one place and then I move it. So I'll start here. I will tap on both sides of the brain. Deep breath in and out. Tap over our heart.
And if this is the first time you're watching this, the reason we do the tapping is to say to the brain, wake up to the formula that we've just been told about. And then we say to the heart, could you please send the new instructions around the body?
And what does the stomach say?
I don't know.
Oh,
I really don't know. That was after I did my training. Okay.
The stomach is the big powerhouse, the enteric brain. It makes the decisions. So it decides to change. It helps us.
I feel very warm and glowy, like lots of energy shifting in my body. But a real, like it just feels like it's just settling into a really calm place. It feels really nice.
Yeah. I'd like to just finish the session with, well, first of all, asking if there's anything more we have to do, which is not. But I do get like a massive big sun sphere, yellow, beautiful, glowing, goldy yellow, And if we can all just imagine that's above our heads and just let it come in and go around our whole body so that we are in the middle of that yellow, beautiful golden sphere, and just let it embrace us with energy, with love, with joy.
Nice, thank you.
So do we need to do anything else? No, we don't. That's the end of the session, yeah.
Thank you very much, Marie.
Well, thank you. And thank you everyone for taking the time and watching and listening and doing this. And listen again and again if you need to, and do it in peace and quiet, and really feel, get to know your body, get to know, is there stagnation somewhere, and where could it come from? Is there is it a stagnation? Is it near an organ? Which organ might that be? And just get to know your body. What happens if you eat this? What happens if you say that word? Because words, everything has a frequency, everything has a meaning. So just get to know your body a little bit better.
And I want to just add to that. So often people say, well, what should I feel? If this is your first encounter or you haven't, had any body talk experience before, often people just feel tired. That's my experience. Your body's doing a lot of changes and energetic work. So, if you feel tired after a session, just go to bed early or have a nap if you're able to. Usually I would say drink water and sleep more. That seems to be the 2 bits of advice that everybody can take. But if we have been dealing with a lot of fear, let's say, or impatience, as was that, you might find that after watching this, you get a little bit impatient. And if you do that, that's absolutely fine. That's just your body processing. So just find a really constructive way with getting the anger or the impatience out of your body. So that might be writing, that might be, I don't know, running a marathon, anything active to just move these energies through you. I'm hoping that we've done the tapping for you and that we've done that for you. But
everybody's doing the tapping on themselves, so we're all doing the tapping together. Yeah, and everyone is different. There's no right and wrong here. Whatever you feel, you feel. If you feel nothing, you feel nothing, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you feel a lot happening, you do. There is no right or wrong. You're an emotional being, and we're all different. So, yeah.
Feel free to leave a comment underneath if you've got any questions, or you could think of any subjects that you'd like us to focus on. Feel free to leave a comment. Do like and share if you feel like you would like to. And I think that's all we have today. So thank you very much for joining us.
Like, subscribe, and share. Yeah. Thank you, Caroline. And thank you everyone so much for watching and listening. Bye.